Hello?
Hello? Yes, good sir. We've got recording time in 32 minutes from now. You coming over or not?
Yeah, I'll be there. Laying in my bed, I think I got hit with the midday crashes.
Midday crashes, brother. It's not even 2 o'clock yet, dude. What do? Drink one of those sugary energy drinks again?
I might have.
These things are terrible for you, bro. Artificial flavors out the wazoo, super high in sugar and caffeine content, and breaking news, ding, 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 ding. They cause midday crashes, so congratulations. You probably look like that one chick in the pot commercials who's deflated on the couch. Listen, I'm about to rip this EBOOST ad read with or without you. Not sure if you know this or not, they're our newest presenting sponsor. However, lucky for you, they're a healthy energy drink alternative. So get your ass over here, come grab some super fuel, and let's knock this next episode out of the park.
All right, bro. I'll be there in 20. How about that?
All right, bro. I'll be there in 20. Yeah, that sounds perfect, brother. Come on.
All right, bro.
Alrighty, bro. All right, dude. I'll see you when you get here. Peace. We'll leave that part in there. Why not, dude? Hey, listen. Our newest presenting sponsor is EBOOST. They're a healthy energy drink alternative filled with clean energy from plant-based caffeine. They're super dope. They've got 10 plus minerals and vitamins, 0 artificial flavors, sweeteners, and colors, 0 crashes and jitters. And the best part, what was it, Andy? What was it, little Timmy? They're delicious. From their super fuel drinks, sticks, daily power-up powders, delicious pre-workout, to their recovery hero rescue, EBOOST is everything you need in your day-to-day activities. Filled with electrolytes, nootropics, antioxidants, 110 milligrams of natural caffeine, and award-winning product, you can't go wrong. Plus, look at the flavors they offer, dude. Blue raspberry, orange mango, strawberry lemonade, ginger lime, and that's just the flavors they offer in a can. They've got berry melon, tropical punch, and blue raspberry flavor options for their pre-workout. Simply hit your local Kroger, CVS, Sprouts, Wegmans to grab a boost today. With over 3 million cans sold, be a part of the boost, dude. Why not? You know we are. Now let's get into the pod. UFC superstar Jorge Gamebred Masvidal, dude. What's going on, baby?
What's up, everybody?
Alrighty, what up, everybody? Welcome into Man to Man Podcast. Today we're switching things up and talking man to woman. Please welcome on the show singer, songwriter, social media star Lauren Gray. We know you like the DJ.
I am okay.
$1.99 for a banana bag, bro.
All right, this is episode 157. It is, dude, come on, bro. Seriously, every time we try to start one up. First time seeing your knee, episode 157. We've got a super cool guest for you guys today, Christian Seavey, which, by the way, I was trying to remember where I knew that guy from. And he's an actor first, but he's kind of like a social media influencer guy. I think he was born in Oregon, and then I guess he lives in LA now. But I knew him from that reality show that we had that has Kane Trujillo on, which is that. What was that trend that he did? The Kane Trujillo guy.
Yeah.
What was it?
I know. I can picture it.
Dang,
I don't know what
dude.
it's called, though.
What was it? It was like a TikTok trend that went viral in like 2020. But anyways, long story short, he's on that reality show. So super stoked to talk to him. Dude, so what is this? Okay, so last time we said Internal Pod, episode 156, or 5, and it was 156. And then we posted some clips online, and we got shitted on, brother. We got shit. Did you see a couple of those? Yeah.
I knew our lists were going to be shitty once we started naming rappers, and then right afterwards, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Do we need to redo our top 3 rappers?
I like right now for me. Those are my top 3. That
Okay.
I would.
Okay. Top 3.
I know we left off like Wayne and Eminem. I think is where we got killed.
Yeah. We left off Wayne and Lil Wayne. I sounded like such a casual when I said Wheezy. What about Wheezy? You know. Also, what was the other one? Somebody said, "Oh, it was the strip club." Clip on TikTok. There were 2 guys that said this is ass with the fire emojis, and then the other guy said they need to make podcast equipment more expensive.
So people like us can't do it. I heard that shit.
Oh man, hey, listen. By the way, we didn't choose the podcast life. The podcast life chose us ever since Dash Radio picked us up. So that's been great. But no, we got a fun little episode. What's been going on? So okay, you walked in. Cicadas are here. The cicadas are dead once they
I think they like come out of the ground and live for like a couple minutes almost.
Yeah.
Not a couple minutes, but a little short time.
When was the last time cicadas were here? We were in high school. When was it? Was it 2011?
I think there was one year when we were in college that
Really?
they came. Because I think it's every 7 and 11 years, or 7 and 3 years, or 7 and 4 years.
Okay. 7 and 3 years. Okay. Fuck it, whatever. Cicadas are here. I went to the Morgan Wallen concert last night.
Yeah, how was that? Looked
Very fun. Went with the boys. Ross.
Wallen didn't walk out with anybody in day 2.
No.
He just had a bunch of guests.
Day 3, by the way.
Day 3, sorry.
Yeah, day 3. The first night was sick with Theo Vaughn and DeAndre Hopkins.
Yes, I saw that.
That was so dope. Wish I was there for that night. We thought Post Malone was going to come out last night because I think they got that unreleased song that we keep seeing on Instagram and TikTok.
Well, he had like the most guests he brought out ever on day 3. I think it was like
Hardy?
6.
No, day 3 was last night.
I'm saying he had 6 guests. He only brings out usually 2 or 3.
Who was it? Oh, Hardy, Bailey Zimmerman.
Yeah.
I don't know who else.
I don't know. I was reading it on TikTok today.
Oh my gosh!
Because he didn't walk out with anybody, but later people were saying it's because he brought out guests on the show, which was like 5.
You know, it was really cool. So we're
done.
sitting right behind one of the end zones, like closest to, I guess, the bridge. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And there was one point in the show where he came all the way up in front of us, and there was a little mini stage right there. So he played right in front of us, because his whole story was like, I remember when I was playing at these little bars with like 100 people in it. So I just want to make sure that I'm looking everybody in the eyes. And we were right there in front of him. And then he played right there. He played the song, I thought you should know when all those prayers you thought you wasted on me finally made it way to made it home through. It was about his mom and his grandma, because his mom and grandma were in the stadium too. So he was like, shout out to Madre, shout out Madre. And I kept saying, Daddy, tease me. Which is really weird, because there was like 16-year-old girls behind me. I was just being a jackass, dude. But Ross don't like being on the pod. We got to call him a nickname, RF50R. We call him R now. People were hitting him up about the strip club stories, saying, hey, dude, you can't go there. What are you doing at 11 o'clock going to the strip club? So R, sorry about that.
I mean, we got to think of a better nickname than R.
R sounds a little racy, not gonna lie, dude.
I think it's like something like big fella.
Yeah,
big fella 50.
I like RF50. That was his little thing here.
Big fella 50.
Back in high school. What else is going on? We've got the dog here. What else is going on? Had a great week. Finally talked to my gym crush. Here's the kicker. She's a senior in high school.
I'm glad we brought this one up. I didn't know if we were going to touch this one.
Fuck it, dude. Anything goes on the podcast. Anything that I live in my life has got to go on the podcast.
This is great though, because I think she's a senior. She's going into college.
Give her another week. We'll call her a soft freshman.
Yeah, she's a freshman in college.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this was like also you just getting out of your comfort zone a little bit.
For sure. Had a great weekend last weekend. Sent my hellos. Got to play some Jenga back at the Bribbo. And then, Monday comes around. I'm walking in. This hat is money, bro. This hat, thank you very much. Lending me the hat. Ton of compliments on it. So I walk into the gym. I know the boys that are in there. I know pretty much everybody that's in there now. We're all saying what's up to it. We're 5 months into this thing now. So, and then I just see this, little cute little lady, bro. She's hitting squats. I'm walking to the free weights. We make eye contact. We smile at each other, just a little smart. And I just go up there. You rocking Taylor Swift? What you rocking over there, dude? Just kind of like that. I knew I said that. I was like, dude, that is something that you can say.
That's casual, just like, hey.
Especially if we make eye contact and smile. I was like, this is evident what's going on right here.
And you've seen her multiple times now at this point. She kind of knows. She's seen you.
Right. So went up to her. You rocking
wearing the same hat every day, so she definitely probably sees
No, this
it.
was first time rocking hat.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. Magic with this hat.
Okay.
That was first time. Yeah. So went up to her. You rocking T Swift? She was like, nah. We ended up talking, whatever. Super cute. She's got like a Colombian complexion into her in her. And she don't like T Swift. So another girl. We're starting to meet a couple girls that don't like Taylor Swift. They're not Swifties. So she's rocking Travis Scott. We end up talking. I'm like, so what high school do you go to? Did you go to? I kind of say it quick. What high school you go to? Hume Fogg. What year? Senior. Sorry?
Excuse me?
Yeah, sorry. See, I was like, damn, I'm 28. And so that was, I said to myself, like, you got to be able, I'll date a 21-year-old. I'll go on a date with a 21-year-old. You got to be able to get a drink.
Yeah.
You got to be 21.
I would say, though, after doing a little more research, after you send me a photo of her, she doesn't look.
She doesn't. So that's what she said. I get this all the time. You know, guys have come up.
Which is hard, especially in the gym when it's like, if you look like you're 24.
Yeah. And by the way, we weren't ever going to the YMCA and working out as like because we were just working out at our gyms that were playing basketball and working out.
Yeah.
But like high schoolers are now going to the YMCA and these dudes are jacked in high school. It's insane. So anyways, yeah, that was great. I mean, still a pretty cool conversation. It was like, it was good seeing you, dabbed like that, knuckled her up, whatever, you know? Yeah. Next day, see her. I go work out again. I pop next to her, work out for a little bit. It's like 7 p.m. And I was just, how old do I look? She's like 24, which I think I look kind of young for my age.
You do. That's another thing. It's like you look young and she looks
older. I can't grow any face for her at 28, but ended up just talking, man. I was like, what do you like? You like root beer floats or what's going on here? And she's like, nah, whatever. And I was like, you got a fake ID. One thing led to another. I don't know, dude. We'll see where it goes, but she got exams next week. I said celebratory drink on me. If you pass them all, we'll see. Oh, vibes are high, bro. Vibes are high. I know it sounds a little weird for sure. But, I mean, I don't know. I was kind of asking you, what were we doing in high school as seniors? I think we were just we were there, you know. We weren't kind of oblivious or naive to, I would say, a whole lot.
I was in the front seat getting my back on with some couple girls.
Yeah.
Brought her up to the middle school and said, hey, let's go take a swing set ride and then come back and back it up.
Yep. No.
I don't know if I was in the gym trying to find me
I don't think I was even asking for it, but no. I mean, we'll see. And then the next day, I saw her again. So we're kind of just saying what's up to each other now. I was like, yo, I peeped her Instagram story last night. It's super cool. Like, she's going to Clemson. She's going to, I guess she got accepted to like health and science or some like program at Clemson where she's trying to be a PA or, I'm sorry, not a PA. What is it? PT. Yeah. And I guess you get accepted for that weeks in advance, which that didn't happen for me because I'm like, I'm going to go to Tennessee. I guess I'm going to change my major to animal science the day of orientation. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I peeped her IG story. She's like, oh, found Instagram. Didn't follow her. And I was like, I don't know if I should follow her. Anyways, I'm thinking way too hard about this. But anyways, that's great. What about you?
I do got one story for you. I want to bring it up. And I don't know if this is weird. I've mentioned it to a couple of people, but the other day I got a note on my door from, I found out another lady friend said, hey, I saw that your leg and your crutches and blah, blah, blah. I think I talked to your mom a couple of times because my mom's been helping me just get groceries and stuff. And she said, if you need any help or, take out the dog or whatever, I'm here. And then left her number.
Nice.
And now, what's that move?
See, you read the note to me, and it sounded just like a generous neighbor. But if she's seen you around, it sounds like you've seen her too.
I know who she is. I first said
that this chick is looking for money. All right?
You thought she was trying to be the personal nurse for sure.
Like, hey, if you need help, like I could use some extra work on the side.
Yeah, like rub my leg down.
Yeah. And if that's the case, charge her for foot rubs and shit, dude. Like,
I mean, I'm not doing that. But if I know who she is, which I think I do now. Also, second part, I don't think I told you. I texted her and said, "Oh, thanks."
Oh, okay. You texted her.
I texted her and said, "Thanks. I'll definitely let you know if I need anything." And then I ended the message of like, would love to put a face to the name.
Nice. Yeah.
And then she responded and said, "This was yesterday. Today, I'll come down and knock and say hello."
Nice, dude. Good for you, bro.
But
you kind of know your neighbors too, though, right?
I know a couple of them. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And she's the one I've never actually met.
What if she's not kind of like what you've got upstairs in your head?
I don't know. I just would like to know, like, if you leaving notes on my door, like, at least say hello to me.
Yeah.
But I just thought about it now that I'm sitting here. She's probably gonna knock on my door, and I'm not gonna be there.
Right now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And she's gonna be like, "Why didn't you answer the door?" I'm like, "I know you don't leave. Like, you can't drive anywhere." Oh, I'm sorry.
The one time I'm gone, man. Well,
I had to record a podcast, and now you're probably listening to it.
See, that's the thing too. I talked about the pod, bro. We it's a red flag to chicks, right?
I think it's
totally.
not a green one.
It's probably a red flag to a lot of people that don't know who we are. Last thing on that, and I want to touch up on this just real quick. So I went to downtown last week. We talked about this. It is so funny. Actually, I don't know if I want to bring this up, man. I don't know if I want to bring this up. I'll just say this. People think their shit don't stink.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of our generation. I was talking to my mom about this last night. It's a lot of, and I really don't want to bring gender into this, but in this example, it was a female woman that I tried saying what's up to that I knew from college last week in downtown. Acted like her shit don't stink and just belittled the fuck out of me. And I was like, are we doing that nowadays? So like that's Nashville for you, and like that is our generation. And just one thing before we get, I know it has nothing to do with what we're even talking about right now, but I did talk to you about that on the phone. I was like, this is so funny how you used to know people, bro, and like doesn't matter if they're a guy or a girl, but they're just like, I don't really care about you anymore. It's like, all right, cool. I didn't study with you at 3 a.m. at the library.
Yeah, they just think they've moved on and up, and it's like, at least have the decency to say hello to me.
Yeah, that was
not
crazy.
Even like hey, I'm trying to hit on you.
That's exactly what I think it is, bro. Like, I'm not trying to hit on chicks, bro. Like, maybe at the gym for sure, but like,
I think there's also like two different tones when you talk to somebody. Like, just going up to somebody you know and be like, hey, what's up?
I told you, I was like, damn, did I slide into her Instagram or something and like say that I like wanted to get her? I didn't. I checked it. I didn't, bro.
See, that's crazy.
I didn't. Isn't that crazy? So anyways, we got Christian Seavey on the podcast today. Please enjoy the episode. Like and subscribe. Let's get into it. We're in Nashville. Where are you at?
I'm in California.
Yeah, little LA guy,
baby.
Huh,
LA, baby. Come on, now.
Let's go. Well, nice to meet you, dude. I'm Andy. That's Liam over here.
Nice to meet you. I'm Christian. You know.
Love it. So, dude, it's so funny, and we're recording, dude, so we'll probably just hop into it. But it's so funny because I was like, I know who this guy is, bro. How do I know him? Where do I know him from? We had Kane Trujillo on the podcast 2 years ago.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
I know.
Okay.
Buffy, get out. And so I watched the Reality House, and so that's where I knew you from. But when was that, dude? That was 2021, wasn't it?
Bro, that was almost 3 years ago. That was a while ago.
Crazy, bro.
We were talking about it. I was like, I know he's the actor you've been in. I've seen that you've been in a couple films that I recognize. And then, but I was like, I still can't remember. This guy is so familiar, and that's where it was.
Yeah. Well, it was.
I didn't ever watch the show, but I knew, like, because I pay attention because Kane was on there and he's pretty good friends with us. But I was like, damn, that's it.
We were also going to have, what are those guys' names? Kian and JC, or is it Key and JC?
Yeah, Kian and JC.
Kian and JC. So we were going to have them on the pod forever ago, man. It's so funny, but then schedules just got mixed up. But dude, that's crazy. That was really like entertaining to watch, dude.
Oh, dude, it was fun to be on too. I wasn't even supposed to be on the show. It was like a fluke accident. Yeah, because Boozy Tube got knocked out by Bryce Hall.
That's what it was, because Bryce Hall was on there. Yes, dude.
So I got like called by JC at like 3 a.m, and he was like, "Bro, can you come be on the show tomorrow? We need you." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I did an audition and then got in the car and left. It was like that quick.
Awesome.
How was that experience for you? And like, what is like? I guess you get the question all the time, like, what the reality TV show, like, how much is actual reality and how much is scripted?
I mean, it's mostly reality. I mean, on all the YouTube shows I've done, because I did like Twin My Heart too. That was another reality show. On all the YouTube reality shows, they keep it as real as possible. The producers will set up situations for you to be in, and then how you handle those situations are entirely on you.
Right. And then how far did you go in that show?
Well, that show, they didn't have elimination, so I made it. I mean, everybody made it to the end, but I got 3rd place in the show, which I should have got first, which was like, I was, beating myself up about that for a while, because the last challenge they did was like a money grab in a tube, grabbed enough $1 bills, and it would affect your time, either bringing it up or down. So although I beat everybody by like 2 minutes, I just got unlucky, and like 5 minutes got added to my time. So it got me from like way first to 3rd place.
Oh,
crazy.
Man.
That's
Where
was that
the
at? Twist.
Was that in Los Angeles too?
That was a little bit outside of Los Angeles. It was in Palm Springs, kind of where they have Coachella.
Nice. And then what was it too? Like once you once you won a competition, you get money, and then you're saying to yourself, well, hey, dude, I got a little lady bro that I'm talking to on the show. Do we get a room tonight, or what's going on here, dude? And then you got a little girlfriend on the show. Is that what happened, or what?
Yeah. No, we dated for a while.
Pretty much. That's how
I got it. Well, it was crazy because you have the reality show big thing where like I met her and then we were in close proximity, and then we got off the show and I was like, oh, you got kids, you got an ex-husband,
you got a whole
like
family. You have
reality's hitting real quick.
Yeah.
And then, I think single mothers get a bad rep a lot of the time because a lot of people view them as like, oh, like you're a mom. Now you're in like a separate category. Mm-hmm. And she was quick to like put me in a place of like, dude, just because I have kids doesn't mean I'm like outside of the norm of people. Like I'm still young. I like to have fun. I like to do my own thing. My kids are with their dad right now. When they're with their dad, I get to experience life. When they're with me, then I'm a mom. Right now, I'm not a mom. Let's just hang out. And I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Sold.
Yeah. No,
done.
I get that. So a little backstory on me. My name's Andy, but people call me Twaz. I don't hear my real name, and it was Twaz I made my Instagram name Twaz the Kid. Summer going into freshman year because I was accidentally, I guess, hooking up with this girl who had a kid, and I didn't even know. Nice. And then in college, I was kind of, saying my hellos to other women who had kids that were my age. I ain't never met the kid, dude, but I guess I'm down to be the stepdad.
Dude, you motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. I mean, hey, shit, maybe some Twaz is walking around. Well, dude, we're big fans, man. We kind of been keeping up with you for a minute.
Thank you, man.
Our thing is, dude, we kind of just like to timeline it up, but we keep timelining up with everybody. I know we love to get to know our guest's story and things like that, but let's make this fun, but we'll timeline it up.
All right.
We'll come up with some like fun questions in the meantime, but are you born in Portland, Oregon? Or I'm sorry, is that correct?
I was born in Portland, Oregon, and then lived in Vancouver, Washington. So like right on the border of Portland and Washington. Yeah.
Okay. So I just watched, I guess, like another interview of you with your boy. I don't know, it was a couple years ago, but you're an actor first, and I know a lot of people know you from just social media and things like that too. Yep. I don't know. You had 33,000 views on something with the hair, dude. You're gonna have to show me how to do that. What you got rocking over there?
Funny, but it's a new do now.
Yeah, I love it. So I mean, just acting, dude. Like, when did that start for you? Let's just ask that. When did acting kind of start for you? How did you grow like a passion for acting to begin with?
It started in high school, and I think it was just like fun to be on stage, fun to get cheered on, all of that kind of stuff. And then I went from high school to college, where that's when the big shift happened, because it went from doing like hokey musicals like Cinderella to doing like intense dramas where I'm playing, sick, twisted characters and have to find some kind of humanity in them. And then it became less about like, look at me, I'm performing, and more about like, oh, I really am interested in the psyche of characters and figuring them out, and then finding myself in all of these twisted things and putting that on display. And I think in college, acting became a big thing of like, I get to showcase humanity and really show like what the human experience means. From college, came to LA, and then switched from theater to film, and here I am now.
What's the biggest difference, I guess, for people that don't really know, how intertwined is the theater part of acting and then what you see in like a movie per se? What's that big difference?
I think theater actors are some of the most proficient and trained actors, just because, theater, you only get one take at everything. You go out, you perform, you do the whole show top to bottom. You don't get like any mistakes. You just have to work off of and keep rolling with and find a way to get out of there. And it's also very disciplined because you're doing it every night. So whereas on film, you're doing take after take after take, sometimes 200 takes, sometimes 5 takes until you get it right. So there's a lot more leeway in directing and leeway in kind of finding where you want to go with the scene or with a line or something like that. But theater helps train the discipline of it all and gives you the ability to do one take or one scene 35,000 times and do it correctly, do it with full honesty every single time.
And then have you ever, maybe fucked up some lines or stuff in theater? You got a big mess up story?
Oh, dude, I was doing a show once. It was the most intense show I've ever been in. Like the show ended with me taking a bat to an AC unit and like just beating the hell out of it until I was like slumped over crying 10 feet from the audience. And it's such a high-paced production, and my scene partner and I totally lost a moment and sat there and glared at each other for like 2 minutes. Yeah. And the whole 2 minutes, my stomach was just like, oh, do fucking anything, but just sat in like silence. And the audience, you could hear them like, what's going on?
Right, like what's going on? And then what do you do? Did you improv it? Like, oh, dude, did you see that one? Yeah, I saw it.
It was like I improv'd into I skipped maybe a page and improv'd into the next section because that was the only way it made sense for my character to change the situation. And then my scene partner was like, oh, I remember where we're at. So I went down here, and then she went back up here, and then we went all the way here, and I hit that line again. She just like recycled everything. So I was like, okay. And now we're right back on track to keep going.
You're just banging the AC unit until one of you guys can figure out what the next line is.
Basically. Yeah.
Hey, do you remember your first play that you were in? I think I was in La Cucaracha in like middle school.
Hey, there you go. I was in elementary school. It was the trial of the Big Bad Wolf.
Nice.
Which was like it was all the fairy tale characters like Cinderella, Three Little Pigs, Big Bad Wolf, Rumpelstiltskin, all putting the wolf on trial. And I had like stand up, like go to the front and like when it like dug into Cinderella, like why'd you leave the glass slipper? Why? And I ran that line like crazy with my mom. And then yeah, that's when I hit high school. I was like, you know what? I had a good time doing that theater production in second grade. I'm going to try theater. And then the rest was kind of history.
And in college, then I kind of want to fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
In terms of the college portion of it, what's the big difference? I don't know. In terms of like two guys that went to college for, let's just say basic, educations. Yeah. How much difference is that in terms of the theater aspect of it, or the film / theater? What did you actually study, and then you just take classes of acting all day, or what?
Collegiate wise, it's like it's an art form, so it's hard to really grade that. It's kind of like do your best and learn as much as you can type thing. I mean, we're learning a bunch of acting theory, so every now and then, like in the books that we're reading, we'd have to take a quiz on it. You have to write, papers every mid quarter to show like this is what I'm learning in this class, blah blah blah. But then the class portion of it is just like doing class exercises, doing scenes, doing everything like that. And as long as they can tell you're making an effort to learn, you got graded well. There wasn't like, and then you had to take a bunch of.
How many people are in that type of class with you?
Acting classes, you get like. The first acting class you do, there's like 60 people. And then as you kind of move up through the years, like second year, you're working with 30 people. Then you audition into third year where you're working with 20 people, audition into fourth year where you're working with like 10, 15. So it kind of like shrinks the further you get. And then once you're in your fourth year, it's all like very, very direct things that you're learning, and very like you work in small teams rather than big picture.
Going into your fourth year, it's kind of like with us college too. Just you're in smaller classes. You look at the year prior, you're like, well, I guess that guy didn't make it, dude. He must have changed majors or something, right?
Yep.
Yeah, dude. How do you? I guess the initial question would be like, did you always have confidence in wanting to, I don't know, portray yourself as an actor? Because I know a lot of people maybe want to do that, or are scared to think about what others think of them or how they perceive them. Did you always kind of have that confidence in you?
No, I had to grow it. I mean, especially with my parents, I had to like, when I went to college to study acting, I told them I was like studying to be an acting teacher because like acting, music, there's some of the most difficult things to like get into the door on and really get working on. And it is like, you tell people I'm an actor and they're like, "Oh, okay, what else do you do? Like what do you actually do for money or stuff like that?" Like it's such a unless you've made it, it's such a like despised little form. And so, yeah, I had to grow the confidence to say that. And I think at this point, it's like I've been training for so long in it. Like I met with the director this morning on a movie that he was like, "Dude, I've been auditioning 100 people over the past 4 months, and I knew you were going to take this role in the first like minute of your 5 minute audition tape."
And what movie is that?
It's a movie called Fresh Air. We're like just starting on it right now. The director and I just met. I read the full script about a week ago, sent in an audition from like the set of another project, and then met with him today. And I think we start shooting probably next month.
Nice. Let's go, dude. Congrats.
Yeah,
On that
dude,
note,
thank you.
how do you make it, I guess, weave your way into getting roles like that? Is it just you got to get more practice and be in more films, and then eventually
You work your ass off. That's the big thing. You gotta like actors don't know how to put themselves out there. They never learn that. They learn how to act. They don't learn the business side of anything. And as an actor who wants to make it, you kind of have to teach yourself the business of acting. And you need to, like, when I first moved to LA, I sent 400 emails to every SAG franchise rep in the entire state. I got 20 meetings. 15 of those meetings, they looked at my shit and were like, "Okay, any questions for you?" And then 5 people were like, "No, I believe in this guy." That's how I found my first agent. He got me into a few things. He connected me to my first manager. My manager got a few things, and then we moved on to another agent. And throughout all that time, I was submitting myself online. I was going to any like meet and greets with directors or people. I was trying to go to as many premieres as I could, promoting myself on social media as much as I could. Just like you have to be very tenacious and you have to put yourself out there as much as you can. Now I'm in a situation like this movie that I just got and we're going to start working on next month. This was a friend of mine who's a producer, got an email about this movie and was like, "I have the perfect guy to play this part." Texted me. I sent in an audition. Like the more people you know and the more work that you're constantly putting yourself out to do, the further you're going to go and the faster you're going to go.
Is there a certain role at this point that you kind of like, or the kind of the personality in a character that you kind of seek to play? Or is it, I don't know, are you more just open to what kind of fits the movie? And
I'm open to what fits the movie. Like I think as an actor, there's no like dream role of mine. There's nothing I'm like, "Dude, I would love to play a part like this." I think my thing is I want to play as many different parts as I could. Play the love interest, play the crazy guy, play the stalker. Play like I like to expand and challenge myself as much as I can. Right now, I'm just really into dramas. I love movies that make me cry, so naturally, I want to be in movies that make me cry. I love
I'm a big rom-com guy, dude. For sure.
Dude, I love rom-coms. Rom-coms suck nowadays, though. They suck.
Well, I just see the same movies over and over on the Hallmark Channel. I'm like, "Mom, you watching this one again, dude? It's the third time this week."
That's fair. That's fair. I love a good Hallmark movie. They're so good. But
keep going. My bad.
no, right now I love dramas. I love playing hurt people. I love playing hurt people to the point that they're crazy. Like, yeah, the movie I just got, it's all like very Jack Nicholson type vibes, where it's just someone who's so broken that everything out of his mouth is anger and frustration. And it's not necessarily because he hates the world. It's more so because he hates himself. And those are the kind of characters I really like getting into. Someone who's just so deeply hurt. Just because it's interesting to tap into that. And you kind of learn when you tap into that everyone in the world's kind of hurt, and it makes me enjoy playing the character as much as it makes me enjoy going out and helping people and just being a staple in my community.
What college did you go to? Where was that at?
I went to Western Washington University, which is just like a random state school that luckily has one of the best theater programs you can probably get into.
Nice. And then I guess like as a part of a learning curve in college, how did you learn how to adapt and play different sort of characters throughout college?
Good directors and good teachers. Like and then an openness to share vulnerabilities about yourself. I think the first role that really like stood out to me, like, oh, this is hard. I played a rapist in like my first really serious scene in class. And it was a 15-page scene of this guy seducing a woman and then eventually raping her. And it was such a difficult thing to play because I was like, that's not me. That's like no part of that is me. And then you kind of have to tap into like the worst sides of yourself to portray that character. Like, you know, do you ever want somebody so bad that it like just makes you feel gross? And then like if that there's a small part of that inside you that you have to tap into, and it takes really good teachers and it takes an openness to be vulnerable to show that part, because in reality people that do that are just alone and they're sad and they think the only way to cure their loneliness is to attack somebody else. And so you have to jump into all of that. You have to jump into the feeling of loneliness and having nothing, and then use that to then fuel this attack to take whatever you want. It's very human and very very difficult. Yeah.
How do you then balance kind of the reality of life, of your life, and then maybe some reality of what you play in characters? Is that hard to balance? Say you're working on a role and it's, you know, a certain type of character, not per se, not so much like yourself. Is that hard to like go into character and then come out of character?
You know, you get better at it as time goes on. I don't like method acting. There's like certain characters that I just don't want to live in for too long. And then there's certain characters, I learned a really good technique. It's called masking. And it's finding just an inanimate object. Sometimes it's a ring, it can be a belt, it can be anything that you put on your person that then holds the essence of that character. And it just helps you psychologically, like, you know, if I'm going to go play a rapist, I'm going to put on this ring and the character is within that ring. And then at the end of the day, at the end of the shoot, I'll take that ring off and just leave the character at that shoot, walk away and be myself for the rest of the day. It's just a small psychological tool to help separate the two of them. But that's for the really dark characters. Normally it's just, you know, I'm trained to live in my imagination, so I can live in my imagination and leave my imagination.
Yeah. I would probably wear some Captain Underpants or something in that kind of role and be like, I'd never want to wear Speedos in my life. You know,
there you go.
Hey, so like take us through the transition. I think we're always curious when we talk to like these LA people. Take us through that transition of college and then going to, what year was that? Going into LA? Was that COVID?
Yeah, it was a year before COVID. It was
cool.
So weird transition. LA is a fun city, dude. I moved out here, I got an agent, and then partied for like 6 months straight. Yep. I think there was like a month where I was in Saddle Ranch probably every night of that month.
We were gonna go there because we're on that radio station out there in Dash, and we take that annual trip.
Yeah.
And we stayed in Sherman Oaks, which Sherman Oaks is a dope area, by the way.
Yeah,
but
I love Sherman Oaks.
What did we go to? What was it?
Bungalow,
dude. Yeah, we were hitting these chicks. And they had to go back
yeah.
to the dorm. They had to go back to the dorms that night. We were like, oh shoot, my bad, dude.
Hey, Bungalow's fun. I like Bungalow.
Yeah,
that's down in Orange, right?
Yeah. No, keep going though. Love it.
No, but the transition, it was like it's a fun city. I just got done. I think in the 4 years I was in college, I was in like like probably 30 to 40 different plays or shows or something. And those all take like 4 months to put up. So I was a workhorse for a bit. So when I moved here, I was like, okay, going to work really hard at the front to find my team. And then I just like had some time to sit back, enjoy, go party, go hang out. And then, COVID hit, and that was kind of the end of the partying, and that put the work mode back on. And then it was like, okay, now I'm going to really dedicate time to acting, growing my social media. And then over time, the social media kind of died and acting took precedence. And that's where I'm at now, just a full-time actor.
Interesting. So, okay, I mean, that's super interesting. The first 6 months, LA, a little bit of party instead of just like, so you found
a lot of partying.
All right, so I got two questions here. How the hell did you find all those friends in LA? One, and then two, did you already find your team within the 6 months and you're kind of just waiting on, I don't know, a role to open up because you got your manager trying to find a good fit for you?
Well, I found my team in the first month I was out here, just because immediately moving out, I emailed every agency, met with the agencies, and then found an agent. And then that agent was getting me auditions and getting me roles. And so I felt like, okay, I'm getting auditions now. I don't have to work that hard. Shifted over to just partying with the friends I met through my brother. And I moved out here because of my brother. He's in music. He's about to release his first like big solo song outside of like the EPs and stuff. But he was in a boy band, bought a house out here. And then when I was in Seattle, just like getting ready to pursue doing theater out there, he kind of FaceTimed me his house and was like, hey, bro, this is a room. Come and take it. It's yours. And then, next week I was in my car driving 16 hours to come move to Los Angeles.
Yeah, are you and your brother alike, or are you coming back home at 3 a.m. maybe a couple too many more nights or whatever, and just being like, hey, sorry, dude?
No, we were alike. Okay. I think so. My older brother moved in with us as well, and like my younger brother and I, we're both artistic people. He's doing music, I'm doing acting, and those like music comes to him when it comes to him. Acting comes to me when I get an audition. So we had a shit ton of free time to spend. My older brother, he was working like a sales job at a production company. So every night we'd come in like 3 a.m., like throwing pillows at each other, being loud, and he'd come out and be like, bro, I have to be up in 2 hours. Please go to bed.
Yeah, shut the fuck
listening
up.
to all the unreleased music. Yo, bang this, dude. It's only 3:30, bro.
Oh, all the time. Anytime we'd like come back from a party and have like a small kickback at ours, it would like eventually the whole party would end up in the studio just listening to like all the songs my brother was working on.
You guys are trying to freestyle. Hey, yo, get me on this, dude. I think I can play a part in this song,
Not me. Never. I stay away from the music, and he stays away from the acting in the same vein.
That's fair. I think that's.
But he's trying though, He's trying. Well, let me try this part, dude. Let me read the script and audition. I bet I can do this, dude. No,
yeah.
So, what's the best party you've been to out in LA, dude?
What was that?
What was the best party you've been out there to in LA?
Oh, man.
Have you been to the hills, bro? Because, dude, I went to the house that Michael Jackson overdosed in. I got a friend.
Really?
A friend that lived out there in San Diego. We went to LA. Her friend was talking to a sugar daddy, and I just ended up at Michael Jackson's house where he overdosed in.
There you go.
That was wild. So, like, have you been in those Hills houses, dude? Those are freaking nuts.
Yeah. No, I think the best party I've been to is definitely at a Hills house. But this one, I don't even know whose party it was. Like that was most of the first 6 months I lived here. I just get in the car and like ride to wherever we were going. And then it would be like some big ass mansion with a bouncy castle in the background, open bar. Like I got so fucked up those first 6 months.
You didn't land at Diddy's house, did you, brother?
No. Thank God.
Yeah.
It was like,
I'm sure he would have loved me too. I was cute.
Oh man, that's so funny. Okay, so then COVID hits, and then so like when are you starting to build your social media, or you're again we'll use the word intertwine social media with just an aspiring actor, and like you have to have a social media presence?
Well, I felt like I did. Because I just like, I wanted to get out there, and I felt like if I get out there more in any capacity, it's just, I'm going to be able to be more seen and whatnot. So really, like, throughout those 6 months, just because I met, you know, Kian and JC and that whole kind of YouTube community, I was doing YouTube videos with them. Like, I'm probably a YouTuber who's been in the most YouTube videos without having my own YouTube channel.
I know. I was so you still don't have a YouTube channel?
No, I just never felt like making one. I didn't want to like fall too far into being a YouTuber because it's always been acting for me. Like, I moved out here to be an actor. I just jumped in all these videos, and like I jump in and I'm watch my numbers climb on social media. So I was like, I don't feel like I need my own channel. And I'm like an all or nothing type guy. I knew if I made a YouTube channel, I'd dedicate all my time to that. And I felt like it was just better to dedicate any time I had to acting.
Nice. We got a dog right here that's laying around too. Annabelle, you want to come up here? Annabelle.
No.
Come on. Annabelle. Get up here. Come on. Get up here. You got any animals out there, dude?
Yeah, my dog ran away somewhere. I got just a little guy, a little chihuahua.
So did you move out of your brother's house and now you're kind of at like your own crib right now?
Yep. Nice. Buy my own place up north. Love it.
There you go. Okay. So then what's, I guess, recent projects? Like what's been going on? Obviously, the couple of the prom night and then YouTube series. What was it? Twin in My Heart?
Yeah, Twin My Heart. I mean, that was a while ago. I'm stuff I'm working on now. I have at the All Black American Film Festival. I got a new movie that's premiering there called Peripheral. Where I got to play a fun role in that one. Just super creepy, hive mind type guy.
What did I just see on your Instagram? It starts with an A. Is it Angelica or what was that?
Oh man, what?
That might have been from last year because it was pinned.
Yeah, might have been from last year.
Maybe you were just promoting something.
Maybe something like that. But right now I've been doing a lot of these vertical series. It's really interesting. There's like a few companies that are based in China that have created a bunch of apps. Like, they're called Reel Shorts, Mini TV, like all kinds of crazy names for these vertical mini series that are like, they're shot kind of like a soap opera. They're super dramatic. They're super like, big twists happen every episode. And they're all shot vertically. So I've done like 7 of those in the past 3 months. And
I've seen some of those on TikTok. Some clips on TikTok. If you get down that rabbit hole, it's a big rabbit hole.
Really?
It's a world. And they're cheap things. They're bad scripts, probably written by AI, but you get on the right productions, and it just becomes kind of a workshop to try new things. Like the last one I did was like the rise of Mr. and Mrs. Mafia, and I played this like insane Joker-esque mafia character. Super fun to play. And I looked at the script. I was like, this guy's supposed to be just like a mustache twirly villain. I'm gonna make him a dude that cries every night. And I'd go on and do like certain scenes in tears and it made sense to like the plot. And my co-star once like laughed at me because she was like, that was like the last thing I expected, because it was like right before like rape scene. And I'm like crying my eyes out. And she was like, I did not expect that at all. So thanks for that. Good. And then we had to retake it.
That's like good practice, though, you would say, right?
Oh, that's awesome practice. Yeah.
Speaking of the Joker, great movie. You like that movie?
Oh, dude, it's fantastic. The next one coming out, I'm so stoked.
Hey, dude, seriously, bro. I went to go see The Nutcracker, and you're probably going to think I'm an idiot for just saying this, but I'm not that fan of musicals, man. I didn't know that was going to be a musical. I wanted to hear them talk.
Isn't that a ballet?
Is it a ballet?
I think Nutcracker is a ballet.
It's a ballet. You're right. It is a ballet.
musicals, you actually have a little bit of talking, but I'm not a big musical guy either.
Well, isn't the new Joker movie a musical?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, God, man, I don't know how I felt about that.
I trust in the vision. I trust in the vision. Yeah.
Okay.
I think if done correctly, musicals have a really, really good place in the world.
Okay.
If done incorrectly, they feel very forced. And musicals are their own style in and of themselves. You either love them or hate them. I love to see them, hate to be in them, just because it's such a unique and almost dishonest style. So not in my wheelhouse, but
could we ever see you in a ballet?
I love musicals. Never.
Okay.
You may see me in a musical one day. I would not be opposed. A ballet,
the right fit.
No ballet. Yeah, exactly.
No ballet.
Exactly.
Hey, we were so the last time we were out in Los Angeles was in August, and we had a friend out there who stopped by our Airbnb, and I guess he was an aspiring actor too, or he was an aspiring actor himself. But he was talking about the SAG. Like, what does SAG even mean? And then what's going on out there with the protesting and things like that?
Yeah. So, I mean, the strike is over. It ended. But basically, like, streaming kind of blew up the whole movie industry, because when, like, Netflix, they can't release sales numbers. They can only release viewing numbers. How many people are watching this show in every month? So and because it's a monthly subscription, you really can't tell how much a show is making. In the old days of TV, you would put it on CBS, you would run advertisements through it, and then the show was making as much money as the advertisements they were getting. Any view on advertisements would give them a certain dollar, and then you could see this is how much the show is making, and then distribute money, depending to the percentages people get on that episode of TV. With streaming, you can't tell the numbers on how much money people are making. So streamers have found a way to kind of cheat people out of their residuals, which is the money you get from people viewing it, because there's no numbers attached to it. There's just a subscription fee and then viewership numbers. So the strike happened to kind of bridge the gap between that and set up, if a show gets this many million views, then people are owed this much money out of the show. So it kind of regulated the payment that actors are getting on all these streaming services. Because in the days of old TV, you did a 3-line role on an episode of Big Bang Theory, and you were looking at like $2,500 a month for the next 6 months. You do a 2-line show on a Netflix show pre-strike, you were looking at like $5 a month. Just drastic difference. And that's how much like the streamers have affected the money of the acting.
So are we going to see, I guess, what's the vision then? Are we just going to be completely getting away from like people going to the movie theaters, let's say, and watch movies? Or what's like the solution to it in terms of your eyes?
Yeah, I really don't know. It's such a hard point, because it's so much easier to just watch a movie on your phone or your iPad, or like we have a projector set up in my house that like we watch a ton of shit on. But I think the theaters are a special place. You go and you watch movies with people and you'll have an audience. And like I went to a film festival, South by Southwest last year, and watched like the Dungeons and Dragons premiere, which is a fantastic movie. Watching it with a crowd of like 1,000 people made the movie that much better. There's like a communal aspect to seeing a movie in the theaters. There's also just a focused aspect of it that I personally never want to lose. But I feel like the more we get into streaming, the more we're losing the desire to go to the movie theaters, because people aren't going, so prices are going up, so it's harder to get people in the theaters. And then, some movies aren't even releasing in theaters, so you don't even see theaters. And the theaters are primarily blocked out by all these blockbusters that really people don't want to see any more of. Like Marvel is kind of going downhill. People don't want to see Marvel, but that's what's in the theaters. I'd much rather stay home and watch like Baby Reindeer on my iPad than go and see whatever the next Marvel movie is in the theaters. So I think the best thing they can do is start making independent movies again, original movies, new movies, and putting them in the theaters and letting people talk about them. Talk to Me was the last like big theatrical theatrical release. And it was some YouTubers who decided they wanted to make a movie, and they made one of the best original horror movies I've seen in a while. They put it in theaters. Everybody was talking about it, and it became one of the highest grossing horror movies of the past 3 years. And I think people need to lean into that.
Something that just came up to my head was like, you just look at the comedians. They're putting all their stuff on YouTube's because they're not getting accepted by the big streamers is what it sounds like, but they're also like, hey, F you, I can make more money.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a difficult like transition. And I think it's ultimately going to transition into something, but I mean, I personally will never forget going to the movie theaters as a kid. Because that was like one of my favorite things to do. It was like Friday night, go to the movie theaters. Yeah. I'm going to watch whatever the movie's in there. And nowadays, I probably couldn't tell you last time I went into a movie theater.
Yeah, me neither. Mine was
probably like Christmas to watch Christmas movies.
No.
Hey, so what changed the people, actors from like not striking anymore? Like what happened there?
A new contract got made. Yeah, the strikes were like, we're gonna stop working, we're gonna hold down the front, we're gonna shut down the industry basically until you guys, the AMPTP, which is the producers organization, that's where all the heads of streaming services come from, until the AMPTP sits down with SAG and negotiates a new contract that everybody is happy with, then we will remain on strike. So once they sat down with us, wrote out a new contract with us, that's when we were able to move forward.
Gotcha. Okay. And I'm guessing some pretty big actors had some sort of influence in that, hopefully? Or
Oh yeah. Quite a bit. Good. Yeah. I mean, you had Maya Rudolph was one of them. When the strike started happening, she refused to go on set for her new show. And she was working on an Apple TV show, and she just never showed up to set. So she helped strike, and then that affects Apple, who's like put all of this money into renting these locations for this much, renting the gear for this much. And if the lead actress doesn't show up, now they've lost all the money they spent in renting those places. And a ton of big actors were totally on board with all the SAG strikes. The cast of Oppenheimer, because part of the strike was not promoting any movies. So the cast of Oppenheimer walked out of their first premiere and just left. Didn't do any videos, any interviews, nothing. They all left. And then all the marketing budget that was spent on that premiere and the press conferences moving forward, that's all in the tank as well.
Yeah.
I got a question real quick. Kind of off topic of what we've been talking about.
Hit me with it.
What's your like day to day, like talking to an actor? I don't think I've talked to like an actual actor. What's like your daily routine?
Yeah,
like what is your daily
dude?
routine?
And I just want to throw this hoop. I don't mean to interrupt you, but on top of that, we see the SEPs, bro. We know you're doing hardcore training and
you know, baby,
things like
you know. Do you want the day to day when I'm on set or off set?
Both, thank you.
Okay,
let's do it. I want to know what you're not when you're not on set. What is your like? Who cares about when
you want the not on set?
Not on set, because that's a little different.
Okay, not on set. I wake up in the morning. I go to the gym. I head home, and I do like finance stuff. Like I invest in crypto a lot, and I have my own investments. So I spend some time just handling my money, handling my investments, kind of getting life on order or in order, clean up my house, read any scripts that I have to read, memorize any lines I have to memorize. If I'm not working a job, then I'm probably just hanging around home and trying to figure out what my next steps are. It's a lot of planning, it's a lot of sitting, and a lot of free time, which is
Going
nice.
to those parties still?
Yeah, or Saddle Ranch maybe like on a Friday or Saturday. Or
Every now and then, you might see me there once or twice.
You got a girlfriend, dude?
No, not right now.
Not right now.
Neither do we. So we're.
Hey, it's all good.
Shoot, man. What else we got, man? Okay, so you're about to go into I guess I spent a lot of time with this new film, right?
Yep.
Okay, how long is that gonna take?
It depends on the production. We have to sit down and like talk about the time, and they're still scouting out locations and stuff like that. But it's a 90-page script. It's primarily in one location, which is just a RV campsite. So it'll probably be a few weeks out there, and then maybe 1 week in the city, and then we'll wrap it in a month. After that, it could take close to a year for the movie to actually come out because you have to do all the editing, then all of the coloring, and then all of the score, and then all of the fine tunes. And yeah, the post-production is what takes a long time. Filming a movie itself can take anywhere from like 2 weeks to 3 months.
Yeah. And then what is that? Is that like an independent film then, rather than being on any like the streaming devices or?
That one's an independent film. They got an angel investor to cover the cost of everything, and then we're gonna go out and shoot it. Once we have it made, then we'll look towards selling it. And with the DP we're using, with the tone we're going for, everything like that, we're probably gonna make a big push to pitch it to A24 and get them to distribute it because it'll fit kind of within their wheelhouse.
Nice. Love that. We'll be looking for that. Okay. Great. What about dude, you have we seen you in New York or anything like that? I mean, is that a spot that you've ever wanted to be at?
I went to New York for the first time like 3 months ago, and nice. I'm itching to get back. There's like so much life in the city. The theater is so like alive in the city. Like I almost want to take a trip out and just see like every show that's on Broadway right now. There's some really good ones out there.
That's what I was going to ask. Is there a Broadway out there in LA?
No, not really. The theater scene in LA is really hard to find. There's a few good places, but in general, it's really hard to find anything that's really of value out here. And I've gone to a lot of shows just trying to find a theater. There's normally the leads who are just exceptional. The supporting, which they're all okay. And then there's a couple people who it's like maybe their first time being on stage, so they're very new. Mm-hmm. So I've yet to see a very cohesive show apart from the Geffen, which is like the touring theater Broadway shows come through.
Let's do a couple more. I got a couple fun ones here. We'll do 3 more. Dream collab in acting.
Male Timothy Chalamet, female Florence Pugh. No, actually male. Male is Jeremy Allen White, because I get told I look like him all the time. So
you kind of look like Matt Rife too.
I get that a lot too. Yeah, somebody said I'm Matt Rife if I respect women, or if he respected women. I hear that a lot.
That first joke he did was wild in the
insane,
special. Like,
dude, insane.
But that probably didn't hit your audience that well.
Nope.
Okay. What about let's do some like hot topics, because we kind of talk about that on the pod.
All right.
Influencer
I'll give you
boxing.
A hot topic
Jake,
right here. I hate TikTok acting. I think it's one of the most despicable things ever. That's a hot topic for you, and it's a hot take. I find that acting is truest when you are responding to another person and you're living in moments with them. And TikTok acting is all living with moments that you yourself create in your head and then are reacting to on a phone. And I've tried it a few times and I hated it because I felt very phony. And I'm very proud of the TikTok actors who have made a name for themselves and then gone out and done some really cool acting things. But as like a standalone thing, I hate TikTok acting because I feel like it's so fake when acting is supposed to be so honest and true.
Yeah, no, I dig that because we see a lot of TikTok actors like that. You're talking about that are just acting a script by themselves, going back and forth and wearing a towel on their head or something. It's like, come on, dude, get real. It's kind of like the TikTok like wiggle dickers during 2020. It's like, okay, cool, are you gonna go make music now, or are you gonna go do boxing? At least go do influencer boxing, you know?
Yep. Okay.
What about
influencer boxing take? Let's hear it.
Wait, hold on. Finish that. What about the side of TikTok that have people like just mouthing or wording the scripts or a scene?
Hate it.
Yeah.
Don't like that either.
That's more of the TikTok acting I hate. When it's like, it's like at that point, because I did for a while, like if you look at my Instagram and go through my reels, I recreated a bunch of scenes and I put those up, and I like did acting on social media my own way, which was just like taking the actual script and putting it with my feeling, my word, my truth behind it. Versus what you're talking about, which is people like taking Andrew Garfield's delivery and then mouthing his delivery with like facial expressions that they've chosen and choreographed to do while they mouth the lines. It just feels so fake. And it's like you're making no choices on your own. You're not responding to anything happening inside of you, happening outside of you. It's just so false.
You can just tell it's not creative, and they're not thinking anything about the idea or like want to be creative about it at all. They're just looking for views. You know, they get one view up, the video that pops up. Okay, next one. Influencer boxing, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. Who you got, dude?
Dude, Mike Tyson, if he keeps his speed. Like if age hasn't affected his speed, because that motherfucker's fast. Like even on his last exhibition fight he did years ago, he's so fucking fast. And I feel like if he can keep his speed, the power will come from that speed. And I think he's gonna give Jake Paul a few things to work on. But I also like I've seen so many interviews with him. He's just become such a like kind-hearted person who's just so in touch with himself. Like he doesn't have the animal instinct anymore to like really go out and give a show. And I think Jake Paul has more of that. And like Jake Paul's a good boxer. Like say what you want about him as a person, but he's a good fucking boxer. Like if I was in a sparring match with him, I'd get knocked out in probably one fucking punch. So would a lot of the people that talk shit about him.
Me too.
He's a phenomenal boxer, and I think he has the animal instinct. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a good fight, but I'm edging towards Mike Tyson on that one.
You think it'll affect Mike Tyson's legacy if he gets dropped and turned into a meme?
No, because he's Mike fucking Tyson.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. On the topic of boxing, we had Taylor Holder on the pod. I know you were on a reality show with Bryce Hall.
Yeah.
I think they got a bare knuckle thing coming up.
I would love to see that.
Yeah. Taylor's in Nashville now. He's doing music, but we were, I guess they were doing a fight here in Nashville, or they were doing like a square off or something. But yeah, that would be entertaining to watch. You got a side on that one, dude?
Dude, I got Bryce Hall for it, honestly.
Yeah. He already won one bare knuckle fight.
He's trained in bare knuckle. He's like felt it before. He knows what he's up against. And I think he's just been like working on boxing a little longer. Not in terms of like full time, but in short time. Like Bryce Hall's been really gunning at boxing for the last like 2 years. And I think Taylor Holder took a little break from the scene, break from boxing. So he's got to like get in a camp and really focus on and get his technique back up there, whereas Bryce Hall has his technique locked in. So I give that one to Bryce.
I think it's a mistake that Holder picked bare knuckle. Like you should have just done with the gloves on.
No, you should have done the gloves. Taylor used to box, and he's done more boxing than Bryce, but it's different when it's a bare knuckle coming at you versus a boxing glove.
I'll call Taylor up and say, hey, do you need some practice getting punched in the face bare knuckle?
Me?
Yeah,
there you go.
No, I'll just call Taylor up and say, hey, Taylor, I'll give you a couple.
Y'all should have made that a
practice
segment
shots.
on your pod, dude. You should have just given him a few just to train.
Yeah, just one punch each, dude. You can get us back.
No, you can't get us back, but I'll get you warmed up and getting some punches in the face. That's funny.
Bro, that's funny. So, dude, Christian Seavey, man, we appreciate you hopping on. Anything else you want to shout out, dude, or where we can find you?
Nah, dude, I'm good. I'm chilling. Thank you, boys. It was a pleasure.
Love it, man. We'll be up in LA in August, man. Maybe we can connect and
let me know.
A couple of lemon drops at Saddle Ranch.
We'll hit up Saddle Ranch. Do picklebacks. Come on, man. Picklebacks. All day.
We love picklebacks.
That's our shot of choice.
My man.
Let's do it.
That's our shot of choice.
All righty, Christian Seavey on the pod, brother. We will talk to you soon then, all right?
All right, talk soon.
And hey, congrats on all the success, dude. Seriously, we'll be keeping up with you.
I really appreciate it.
Got you.
I'll be back next year on like some hit Netflix series. We'll get a good one.
Let's see it, baby. Come on, baby. Let's go. Christian Seavey, man. Appreciate you, brother.
All right. Peace out, boys.